competences. Who the hell do you think you are?
I see you, I don't
Can you
see you.
do what you're supposed to do?
Everything is okay. It's okay.
And if you are angry, then you are the crazy one.
Give and take.
I don't exist.
For real.
Welcome to For Real episode 22. This is a podcast on human dignity recorded on the 6th of March 2025 at Gigant in Apeldoorn, where we played for students of Artez University of the Arts. We got together with 40 people to look into what it means to matter. Our guests go through a 2-hour experience in which they listen to pre-recorded interviews about the intellectual undermining of women. The music is made by George Dumitriu on viola and guitar, myself on harp, and Jeffery on recorders and voice. My name is Andrea Voets, and here at Resonate Productions we make musical journalism by combining social journalism with lots of original music. During 4 moments within For Real, the audience is invited to be interviewed by one of the musicians. And in this podcast you hear those conversations exactly as they took place.
Good afternoon. Would anyone like to join? Hi, welcome.
Hi.
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 I'll introduce myself. I'm Sarah. I was born in 1985 in Liverpool, in England. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. I'm David. I'm 27, and I was born here in the Netherlands in Rotterdam.
Okay, great. So, David, which question would you like to talk about?
Well, the one that I really felt that resonated with me was the first question: what do you imagine people think when they see you?
Mm.
And the reason why it felt like that is because I remembered when someone said to me, you always think like you got it all together, like you know what you want to do, you know? I'm a really ambitious person with a lot of ideas and a lot of wants. And what I always am surprised by is that people never know that I'm most often a deeply insecure person. So in the context of what do you imagine people think when they see you, is not seeing me completely, because of all the things that I'm also, I know I'm also good at stuff, but it's not my whole me. In a sense.
Yeah. Do you feel when they make that assumption about you that you can still be yourself with them?
Well, in some sense, it feels like you're always still proving yourself a bit, also in your insecurities.
Mm-hmm.
And also that, for some reason, it's sometimes surprising, apparently, for people when they do find out that you're insecure in a sense. Like I said, someone that said, I didn't imagine you'd be insecure about this. It's really a weird thing to say. Because it always feels like you need to keep proving yourself. If not to be secure about something, or to be insecure about something.
So the more they say, you've got it all together, the more you feel insecure, or you feel like you have to be confident and secure?
Well, yeah, a bit of both, maybe. Well, yeah, and in any case, it feels like I said, you're not completely showing yourself in a bit, but you also, like, I've grown up in a culture where you have been taught to work hard to achieve, you know? Success is a big parameter in our culture. So I've also been taught, become more confident. But since when is it unhuman in a sense to be insecure about things, Well, that's a big hit on vulnerability in a sense, because then you're also performing to become vulnerable.
Wow. So confidence is a performance, but then vulnerability becomes a performance too.
Exactly.
Wow. Imagine if we didn't have to do any performance.
Exactly. Imagine that.
Imagine. Well, thank you so much, David. Thank you for being the first and for sharing this as well.
No worries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
Would you like to give your name, your year of birth and place of birth?
Yes, I'm Daniela. I am from Salerno, Italy, and I am from 1997.
97.
Yes.
Which question would you like to answer?
What do you do when you want to be heard?
Mm-hmm.
And also something resonated with me during the performance.
Mm-hmm.
First, I would like to say that when I want to be heard, I really prepare myself. I think that there is this kind of pressure. I don't know if it's on me or every woman there, but really that you have to know the answers. And because then you're just stupid girl there. So I really also have the feeling that I have anxiety, and every time I talk with someone, I really have to give the correct answer, because if I made a mistake, then I'm not good enough, you know, and I'm not in that same level. And I kind of feel that, especially with men. So, yeah.
It's not the same with everybody.
No, it's not the same, but it's there. And also the feeling of failure, because I think a lot of women are not allowed to fail. Because, yeah, you have to be good. You cannot make mistakes, because when you make mistakes and we are perhaps working in a group with a lot of people, then you're the responsible one. Yes.
I never thought of it like that.
I don't know why. Or perhaps it's just my feeling. But it's kind of like, yeah, you cannot be that responsible because perhaps you're not smart enough. But at the same time, when things go wrong, then you're the responsible. I just have this feeling. Perhaps I'm wrong. Yeah.
If you say it like that, it could explain a lot of moments in my life. Yes. Being stuck between a rock and a hard place, almost.
Yeah, exactly. I just feel the same.
Hey, and Daniela, this preparation in your head, what does that sound like?
Sounds like overthinking. Sounds like a lot of thoughts all together. Sounds like, okay, if I have to talk with someone, also here right now in this moment, I was thinking there what to say, but now I'm just going with the flow because, yeah, who cares? But yeah, but I always think and overthink, what should I say and how can I say correctly? And that's the main thing, I think. Yeah.
And the last question, to understand, what happens to you if in your experience you make a mistake?
That's a tough question for me, because yeah, I also start to suffer from very hard anxiety. So for me, it's just my mind just go out, and everything is overwhelming, and even a little mistakes can just be there in my mind for months. So. Yeah, but I'm gonna be better.
That sounds really heavy.
Yes.
And what could help in such a moment if you feel going there? What could I do if I'm talking to you in that moment? What do you find helpful?
Talking and be listening. Like if someone listened to me, I already feel like this burden is kind of less.
So simple.
Yes, it's so simple.
So simple.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks to you.
Thank you.
Would anybody else like to join? Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Chris. I was born in Maastricht in the Netherlands and I'm from 1995.
Okay, great. Welcome, Chris. Which question would you like to talk about?
The last one.
Do you resonate with something that has been said?
Yes. The story about the girl who was harassed by her teachers. I am a teacher myself, and my students are 16 to 21. And I remember from a time when I was myself 17, and my dance teacher, after our last lesson, invited me over to his house. And I was 17 and I thought it was really cool. So I actually did have sex with him a few times and I thought it was really cool. So I didn't have a bad experience at that time. But he was 35. He should not have done that. In hindsight, I think he should have known to not do that. I know what it is to be in the mind of a girl that is 17 and who can think the cool dance teacher is hot and who can think the cool dance teacher knows things that she maybe does not know. And even if in that moment, for the girl it's fine, when you think back on it, it is not okay. And my students, they are very vulnerable. Even more so than I was when I was 17. I turned out pretty okay from this moment.
Yeah.
But they are very, very vulnerable. And I'm just scared to send them into a world where there are so many professionals in the field who might take advantage of them in that way. But I am also hopeful because the world has changed in the last few years. They are also much more aware because when last year a student of mine was into an internship and there was a guy there who said something that she didn't like, and there wasn't even anything really happening, but she sensed that something was off and she immediately came to me to tell me about it. So I could call him and say, hey, this is not how we talk to our students. And I had a conversation about that, which I thought was really hard, but I did it anyway. So I am also hopeful that things have changed since I was 17 and now my 17-year-old students.
Wow. Thank you for sharing your story. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm a little bit affected by it.
That's okay.
It sounds like you say things have changed, but I don't think things have just changed by magic. I think it's teachers like you who are changing them.
Yes, and also the work that is done is changing them.
I think it's important to see your part in this, that your colleague, who you had that hard conversation with, something has changed for the better because of you.
Well, that's very sweet. I didn't think of it as that, but thank you.
Yeah. Wow. I hope that then things then can continue to change in this way.
I hope so too.
Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, I don't think so.
Great. Well, thank you, Chris. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Hello.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Marianna. I was born in 1997 in Olivella, little town near Barcelona. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Trinke. I was born in 1992 in Maastricht.
Is there any question that you feel you want to answer?
Yes, I want to tell you what I would like to say to my mother. And I would like to say to her, thank you for showing me just to live your life the way it feels good to you. Because she was born in 1960 and she moved all the way from Gorinchem, which is near to Rotterdam, to the south, to Maastricht. And in a time where, in the early 90s, where I think especially in that region of the country, where women were supposed to just be there for the family, she was the one with the better education, and she was the breadwinner in our household. And she has a lot of funny anecdotes about this time. And while at one hand it might be very sad or stupid that these things happened, she's just like, I just work my way around it and I'm not too bothered about it. So you just do you, and that's fine. And I actually love that she didn't make too much of a fuss about these things. And it gives me the energy and the security to do things my way. And I dealt with things, going back to conservatory at a pretty later age. But I worked my way around things, and here I am just doing my thing. So I think, I'd like to say thank you for that to my mother.
Did you always feel like that to her?
No, not particularly. I think when you come to a certain age, you realize these things more actively. Yeah.
I agree with you in that sense.
What question did resonate with you?
I have to say that everything that it's been said resonated with me in a way or another. Maybe with me personally, or with someone I know, or someone I shared an experience. But I wanted to pinpoint something that really resonated with me, and it's that we need to sell ourselves in a perfect way. Like every time we speak, every time we play, we need to make sure that that's the right thing. And what makes me really angry is that I also do that to other women. When I realize this is happening to me, I get mad at myself and I'm like, why do you care? No one cares. But when I do this to other women, I meet someone, and if it's a girl, I'll be expecting high standards to put her, like to make an image of her. And when I realize this happens, it's like, why you don't make these questions when you meet a guy? Why you just take everything they say? But when it's a girl, it's like this sense of you are competing to get that only spot that you're gonna get in between the guys. So that's something I'm trying to to first spot when it happens. When I think about it, I'm like, why are you judging this person just because it's a woman? She's not your opponent, you know. There's a space for everyone. So I'm trying to just point that when this happened, and then just go one step back and not try to judge that person. A girl doesn't need to be super smart or have like achieved anything amazing to be someone incredibly interesting. And that's something I'm learning, and I'm trying to pass also to maybe younger friends, that they feel girls are competition. And it's like, no, get female friends, get surrounded by girls, because there's no competition there. And in fact, I feel I felt the most comfortable and the most accepted and the most everything when I'm working with females. So that's something.
Do you share these thoughts also with the women you work with, or even the male people you work with?
I think lately more. The more I grow up, the more I learn to say something, because saying something is so easy, and the impact that thing can have, it's so big. And it's so easy to just say thank you, or it's so easy to just say, I love what you do, I love how you play, I love... And that can have so much meaning. And so I'm trying to speak out more when I think something feels good, or when I like the way someone is treating me, or because I think they also deserve to know. And also in the other way, I think I've learned to speak up more. And while we were listening to these girls, I remember when I was 17 and I was the singer of the big band in my little town. I was a trumpet player, but then I was invited to sing. And the director told me, I was like, what should we wear? Like all black? And he would say, oh, you can wear a dress. I was like, no, I don't want to wear a dress. No one in the big band, they are just with jeans and the big band t-shirt with a random name. I said, no, yeah, but you're the singer, you should wear a dress. And I was, no, I don't want to wear, I don't feel like today. I just want to dress what everyone else is wearing. So, looking back, I think I learned when to say no and when to say yes, and to speak up both things, the good and also the bad, but specifically the good. I think it's important.
Yeah, these can have a really a ripple effect. All these small things, small words, small gestures you have, interaction with people. I think that's the strength of this time also, or that we are so conscious about what we are doing, what are we saying to who, in which situation, and everything can influences each other.
Yeah, and sometimes we don't speak up because we don't know what the other people that maybe we recently met are going to think about it. And then you'd say something nice, and then they also feel comfortable to also give that back to you. And then you have a connection, and it takes so much, so less effort to do it, to say it. And I think that's where I'll take.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are now recording for the final time. Anyone is welcome to come to the centre and share one sentence on what do you deserve.
I deserve to trust that I can do it.
deserve for patience to give me more time to digest and rethink about everything.
This was For Real from Gigant in Apeldoorn with students of Artez. We are Resonate Productions and you can find us on Instagram at resonate.productions or on facebook.com/musicaljournalism. See you next time.